Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hello, guys and gals and anyone else. Here we are, back again with Caraxus Scriptbane. You know him, you love him. You may not love him. You may not even know him. But we are going to be continuing, for the first part anyway, of the stream with Living World Season 2. Electric Boogaloo. But at some point in the middle, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to do my first ever React stream, because, you know, I don't think you can really consider yourself an actual Twitch streamer until you've done some React content. So, that's going to be it. It's going to be... Why can't I get up there? There we go. But I'll give it a, you know, a while to get a few more people in. Where are we off to? I don't remember. Where were we off to? Exonerate Queen Jenna so she can attend the summit. Where am I going for this? Over there? That's unexpected. Okay. I did receive a piece of bad news last night that has me disappointed and upset. I mean, not like upset, you know, angry or weeping or tearing my hair out in frustration because I couldn't get a grip. On July 9th, we get the first supplementary season after the release of Last Epoch. A terrific new ARPG that came out, what, 6 months ago? Something like that. February, I think. Anyway. But on the same day that the new content is dropping with new stuff to do and new uniques and tuning and all that good stuff, on that exact same day, Once Human is launching. And I've watched a couple of streams of that, and DatMods seemed to be having a lot of fun with it, and it looked really fun to me, and now I won't be able to play on launch. I won't be able to play both of them on launch. I'll have to choose. I may end up playing both, somewhat. Maybe a stream of each on the 9th. I don't know. In fact, that might be a good idea. Party Politics is next. Ah, that's right. It's the party with Marjorie. Sorry, Kaz, not Marjorie.
Let me catch you up on what's happening. Queen Jenna can't attend the summit because someone has accused her of conspiring with Scarlet. The hearing is the same day. Someone's lying, and we have to figure out who. Soon as we know, we can confront that person and get them to recant their statement. We need to talk to everyone. That's
definitely going to work.
Find clues to the truth and build evidence to defend the Queen. Once we discover who among them is the mastermind, we'll take action. But be careful.
Isn't that a bit much?
These people are suspicious and sensitive. Say something too blunt or off-putting, and they'll clam up.
I'm a char.
If we're obviously undermining their plans,
everything I say is off-putting.
Out of the party, and it will all have been for
It's
nothing.
coming out of the mouth of an enormous carnivore with whom you have warred. Your people have warred. Harold?
We do the best we can.
Introducing a hero who needs no introduction.
That's true.
The commander of the pact.
Hi, guys.
And accompanying the Casimir Mead.
Keep it together, Kaz. You can get through this. Be confident, like Jory.
Casimir, come over here. Don't look so glum.
Anise.
Care for an hors d'oeuvre? Hello, dear Casimir. Don't worry your little face over what the Herald's papers say. You'll always be noble in my eyes.
Countess Anise, that's direct and kind of you to say. I'm afraid I don't feel particularly noble.
Then we must do something about that. Nobility isn't in the blood, as so many believe. It's in your choices.
Wow.
Your return to grace.
No.
Away.
Generally speaking, nobility
Major
as a
talent
matter of
for the
titles
Tainted
and
Rise
stuff
is all
is
you say it
completely
is.
about blood.
Well, Let's just say I'm confident we can convince the Queen your value overrides your father's misfortune.
I only hope to be of some small service, Countess.
Find the
Oh, dear.
lying minister
Okay.
without arousing
Let's start picking
arousing
apart
suspicion.
everything they say. One of these ministers is spreading lies about the Queen.
Don't misunderstand, Countess. I'm certainly grateful to you for purchasing my billet and putting me to work.
Canuck.
I'm just not sure I understand the reasoning behind dragging me to this soiree of yours.
His voice work. Well, at least until End of Dragons when they changed voice actor because apparently he wasn't available. The guy did okay, but not in comparison. If we had never known Canuck, it would have been okay. But we have known it, Canuck. And what are our dailies today? Enemy Defiance Bar, easy peasy. Identify 10 pieces of gear, so easy. And participate in a Cryptis Rift event. A Cryptic Triptych. Or defeat 10 enemies in the Horn of Maguma. Well, the Horn of Maguma and a Cryptis Rift event, those two will go together. We'll be doing that later, after off-screen. And the enemy's Defiance Bar. All three of those will be done by participating in a Cryptis Rift event. So, we will do that later. Which noble we're supposed to talk to in here? I don't see.
But I thought for certain it was Minister Wee who attended court the day Scarlet was there. Are you sure?
I need to talk to this person. Noble with a sort of French aristocrat's little mustache and tiny little stinger of a beard.
I'm rich, you know.
I have a vague recollection of that crazy Sylvari walking into her audience with the Queen. This was well before the attack on the city. By the way, I still don't know why I noticed her. I was expecting to see Minister Wee's wife today. Lady Wee? She gets the vapors. Fragile constitution. Poor dear can't keep up with her husband. Apparently, neither can I. I thought he was in court the day Scarlet had an audience with the Queen. So, were you attending court? If you've seen one minister, you've seen them all. If he was, he's probably involved with those nasty lies about the Queen. I assume we'll just laugh. Ha ha! You've seen one minister, you've seen them all. Ha! It's the dour look on all their faces. But seriously, it is rather difficult to confuse Minister Wee with Minister Estelle or even Minister Arden.
How is everything?
My memory just isn't what it used to be.
You're enjoying our offerings.
Which one did you confuse with Minister Wee? I saw Estelle enter the throne room along with the goat farmer. Minister Ayrton and a Sylvari. That wretch turned out to be Scarlet. She did. Nice talking
I
to you.
remember hearing afterward that Scarlet approached the Queen. No one paid any attention back then. Scarlet was a nobody until the Queen's Jubilee.
Most importantly, up here, not Minister Wee, it's Chauncey Von Snuffles. The cat with a hat. I believe I have Chauncey available as a mini. Currently, we're using the mini undead chicken. We do indeed have Chauncey available. We will now have Chauncey out and about with us. There he is. Now there are two Chauncey Von Snuffles.
He asked me which pair I wanted. To suggest I couldn't afford both. Why, I should have slapped him on the spot.
Oh my, yes. Why didn't you? Jolly well should have. I'm supposed to be here. You gonna begin talking, Minister Wee? That's the noble. Minister Wee, it's really a pity my wife had to miss the party. She loves these sorts of things. But work is work. That's a handsome-looking character, I must say. Yeah, maybe if he shaved off the side bits here and here, he'd be even handsomer. Oh, and his head. I understand. You keep up appearances while Lady Wee undermines the Queen. No! Have you heard that the Queen is increasing taxes for landowners? What? I thought only workers paid taxes. Why would they tax landowners? That's ridiculous. It's just a rumor. Probably bad information. I don't want to hit him with that. That
wherever did
seems
you
like the
get
sort
that
of
charming
spurious and
robe?
specious rumor that can lead to all sorts of troubles, don't you know? Nobles, I tell you. Someone in here want to talk? Someone? Want to talk? Maybe the servant?
I like it here.
That's nice. It's good to have a job that you like. Really is. I've had jobs where I liked the people I worked with a great deal. I don't know if I've ever had a job I liked other than, let's say, streaming. No one appears to want to talk here, so...
What? Minister Estelle is being pressured by Minister Marula to retire? Well, she would never. She's far too ambitious.
I'm going to get more punch. It's so fruity! And so are you. Wait, I wanted to ask you something. Only if you make it quick. I'm so excited. I think that spreading rumors about the Queen would prove very exciting. Two-faced liar. I doubt you really appreciate the hospitality. Is that why Minister Estelle wants to retire? A lack of excitement? Undoubtedly. She likes to be in the thick of things, but Caudicus has had her doing clerical work lately. She meets with him regularly, from what I've heard. He'll talk her out of retiring, I'm sure. Undoubtedly. Enjoy the party.
I've never met Minister Estelle. If she's been meeting with Caudicus, she may know something.
Yee woohoo! Is there just one green there? Just one green. Are we going to have to say that unkind thing to
This
Minister
shrimp
Wee?
bisque is fantastic.
Stop right there.
I need another
I don't
bowl.
care about your dog's new haircut.
Well, the nobles are not coming out great out of this, are they? I mean, stop right there. I don't need to know about your dog's
Am I
new
to
haircut.
intimidate these ministers and aristocrats?
The shrimp
Put them off
biscuit.
guard. Surely you can't imagine that these dandies pose some kind of threat to you? Are you even paying attention, or do you simply not care? Either way, you are a maddening woman.
I see you're busy. I'll talk later. How about Canuck? Careful here. You don't want to be seen getting too friendly with the staff. Why are you here? I'm on the job, bodyguard for a countess. A somewhat more glamorous position than my last, I must say. You mean your position as prisoner? Yes, and thanks for stating the obvious, painful truth. Technically, I'm still a prisoner. It's just now that my bars are lined with velvet. Don't let that fool you, though. I'm definitely not free. The countess owns you now? That's harsh. I wouldn't say that. More like I'm on loan to her from the prison. So long as I'm a good grunt, she'll keep me with her, and I don't have to go back in a cell.
Care for an
You
order?
planning on behaving yourself? Absolutely. I'm no fool. I could be in much worse situation than this. I guess you could say I learned my lesson. I know I have a reputation for acting rashly, but those days are behind me. Pardon me if I don't entirely believe you. No pardon necessary. You're in a crowd of many watching me like hawks. So far, Countess Anise has treated me with respect. I have no reason to betray her trust. Besides, she amuses me mightily. I'll be at the front of the hunting party if you do mess this up. I would expect no less, though I do believe you might have a hard time catching me again. No offense intended. His capture was part of the content that was not brought back into Living World Season 1.
Here, I can get you some more.
The South Shore storyline involved him. He was involved with some hijinks, and we arrested him a little bit around the edges. Chauncey! Where's Chauncey? I need to have your Chauncey and my Chauncey talk. Chauncey does not wish to speak to me, disappointingly. Noble, no. Noble, no. All right, Minister Wee.
Speak up, will you? I'm a little hard of hearing.
I understand. You keep up appearances while Lady Wee undermines the Queen. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I don't think I have any other choice. Pfft, don't be ridiculous. Have you been at the punch? Take a moment to cool down, or you may offend someone less tolerant of your outrageous allegations. Okay, that was a stretch. I just want to help the Queen. Yes, help the
How
Queen.
is everything?
Help the world. Help everything. That's what you do, right? Just watch where you run your tongue. There are people here who wouldn't hesitate to cut it off.
I wish Anise hadn't invited the ministers. They make me so uncomfortable. Especially Minister... Excuse me, are you eavesdropping?
So good to see you, Minister.
Why would I need to eavesdrop? I have cat's ears. We hear everything. You were saying? Do you realize I'm sure that it's rude to eavesdrop? Were you? No, my lady. I merely wanted to introduce myself. I'm Craxus Scriptbane. Oh, I do beg your pardon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lady Allison, and my companion here is Lady Brynda. Are you enjoying the party? Some of the guests seem rather tense. I wouldn't think anyone could ignore such a beautiful night as this. Oh, I'm quite sure. Some ministers prefer dark nights like this to sunny days. Ha 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 ha. That's very true in my culture as well. I don't get out much, but I would like to visit where you're from. Tell me, how do you find our fair city? It's glorious. A real accomplishment. She's not lying, but she's being evasive. Try again and press her for more information whenever she talks about the ministers. Thank you, Kaz. So what were you saying about the party? Some of the guests seem rather tense. A particular minister makes you uncomfortable? Minister Codicus, of course. Well, it's the beard. It's always the beard with Codicus. It's just creepy. He surrounds himself with intrigue, cloaks, daggers, shadows, all that nasty business. Don't let him look upon you, my dear. Once he has you in his sights, you're doomed. As you said, ministers can be dangerous. I wouldn't think anyone could ignore you. We went through this. I hear one minister is spreading rumors about the Queen. Yes, Minister Codicus is behind it, but he never involves himself directly. He has others do his dirty work, like Estelle and Arton. They're awfully talkative with him at the last party.
Of course, Codicus would be involved in anything that undermines
It's the
Queen.
beard.
But he's
He's
the
not
one
actually
accusing her.
evil,
We
but
have
he
to find that
is
person.
sadly under the magical spell of his evil beard. He is, at some point he summoned a beard demon, and that was his undoing, his downfall, so to speak. My mind is spinning so much information. Can you make heads or tails out of it? We've learned a few things. First, we know who was in court that day. Yes. Farmer with a goat and two ministers, Estelle and Art and Scarlet. And we know that Codicus lets others do his dirty work for him. We've also heard that both Estelle and Arton have seen Codicus lately. Must have been one of them. Let's talk to Minister Arton first. We're going to talk to Minister Arton. We're going to threaten him. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to threaten him with my big, nasty char claws.
I told him not to eat that
Or, maybe not.
Seems
Maybe just
distracted.
talk to him
What
about.
are you looking for in this crowd? I could lend my eyes and ears to your search. If there's nothing in particular you need me to do, would you mind if I help myself to some of your refreshments? Am I really so dull? Well, here's something interesting. Would you like to know how long a severed head remains conscious? I suppose not. Do let me know if you need me to do more than make debutantes and fops uncomfortable.
Thank you, Kanak. As always, a delight. Minister Arton.
May Cormir enlighten you.
As I was telling my old friend Codicus the other day, we really must do something about these bandits. They're a hazard. I have reason to believe they're connected with the White Mantle. He has a worried face, don't you think? Did you see Scarlet the day she had an audience with the Queen? I did. There were 4 of us in the throne room, the Queen and Countess and niece. And the guards, of course. It was Scarlet, me, Minister Estelle, and some dirty farmer with a goat. And the Queen spoke to Scarlet? Yes, she was polite as always, but the Countess kept whispering in the Queen's ear. It was making us all nervous. Scarlet wanted permission to study with the engineer who designed the watch nights. What did the Queen say? She respectfully declined. Scarlet was the last in line, and the Queen left before there could be more discussion. Scarlet tried to say more, but the Queen apologized and hurried out. Anything else? The Sylvari, Scarlet, looked livid. She stormed out, shoving guards out of her way. She was rather frightening, actually. I imagine that's what Countess Anise saw that made her hustle the Queen away. Kaz, does his testimony line up? Seems to. His description of events perfectly matches what Anise told me. Minister Arton is telling the truth. He must not be the one.
You've convinced me.
It's
It looks
Minister
like Minister
Estelle.
Estelle is the one spreading this horrible
Sure
rumor.
seems like it.
Let's keep at it. If we're going to confront her, we'll need serious evidence to back us up.
We need more information from... Oh, we need more information from multiple people.
You must be mistaken. My niece knows a guard who heard from a doorman that the Queen... Oh, I've said too much.
Noble woman.
Greetings.
Oh, you're Caraxus Scriptbane. Well known in these parts. The Queen recently mentioned you were hosting a summit she'd like very much to attend. That may be complicated. Oh, I know. Those lies Estelle is spreading. Can you imagine our barefoot queen skulking through the streets at night in disguise? It's laughable. You don't think she met with Scarlet? In the throne room, yes, but not on the streets. A Char emissary visited the queen that night. All the emissaries since left. The guard was present will testify. Good to know, thanks.
Countess Anise hardly ever lets the queen out of her sight. She and the guard will corroborate the queen's alibi.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure Anise is the right person to corroborate an alibi in that she kind of...
I know for a fact that the Queen had a private talk with Scarlet. How? Everyone is saying it, so it must be true.
Well, yes, that's obvious. Everyone's also saying that you're actually a 3 scrit in a robe. And that must be true because everyone's saying it. Hello, we were just discussing how terrible it is that the Queen betrayed us all. That's just a rumor, a lie. No, it's not. I saw her in the Salma district shortly after nightfall. She wore a black woolen cloak with a hood up. The only reason I knew it was hers because I bumped into her and saw her face.
So good to
Casimir,
see you,
what do you think?
Minister.
Her eye twitched when she said that. I don't think it's the truth. You're lying. Listen, just between you and me, I may not be telling the exact truth, but they offered me a lot of gold. I'd say I was there. Please, you can't tell anyone. You're going to have to testify. Oh, all right, I'll testify that I was paid to lie, but I'll never say who paid me. I don't betray old friends. Still, I wasn't comfortable lying, but my son is ill. I hope the Queen will forgive me.
Good observation. I had a feeling she was lying. The queen wouldn't hold a private meeting with just anyone, much less a Silvari with no political connections. This woman will testify.
And who's over here? Ooh, why, it's Minister Estelle. And my memory is that the traitor was a woman. Hello, Busy Bee. I must admit I'm a bit charmed by how you flit from flower to flower. I've learned a few things about you. Wait, are you sure that's the right time? I don't think we have all the information we need. Never mind, we'll be back. Evidently, we don't have all the information we need. Don't know who we're supposed to talk to.
Is lying a prerequisite for being in the ministry?
Yes, it actually is.
seem friendly.
Aha! It makes me so sad to think that the people who run our city, our kingdom, can't get along with each other. Now one of the ministers is spreading lies about the Queen.
Care for an hors d'oeuvre?
I'll pay for any information you have on the lying minister. That's generous, but I have nothing to say. I'm employed by Minister Arton. I won't shoot myself in the foot for a few coins. Understood.
I can take that.
Greetings.
Thank you.
I've had experience with some ministers. Not all are bad. Both my wife and I work for ministers. They can be like night and day. My wife works for Minister Estelle. I work for Minister Arton. Do you like your jobs? Most days, my wife has a harder time. Her minister has a gambling problem. Aha! If she's winning, she's fine. If not, she's dangerous. Would she know where Estelle was the night of the alleged meeting? Maybe. Estelle often visits her old friend Lady Claire in the evening. Ask my wife if she knows what happened. She's a good woman and won't lie to protect a minister. Thank you for the information. You're a good Crichton.
That's another witness who can help us prove the queen's innocence. Nicely done.
What do you think? Do we have enough evidence to discredit her accusations? Plenty. The servant's wife can testify that Estelle met with Lady Claire. Maybe the threat of her testifying will be enough to shut this down. What else? We have multiple witnesses say the Queen turned down Scarlet's request. Still can't believe Scarlet wanted to study with the Watch Night engineer. Thank the gods the Queen turned her down. Though that might explain Scarlet's anger when she attacked our city. What else? We know Estelle's friend was lying for a pouch of gold, you mean. Estelle must have coached Lady Claire. I don't imagine it'll be too hard to get her to testify to the lie. I guess they weren't such good friends after all. We're ready to confront Estelle with the evidence.
Looks like we've got everything we need. Time to expose Minister Estelle for the liar she is.
Gentlemen, please leave. I see you've been busy socializing with the guests.
I have. I hope you don't mind. I know all about you. Listen closely to what Estelle says. Once she's finished, don't be afraid to ask her to repeat what she said. Press her only when you're certain she's lying. I have a question. Is it true that you work closely with Lord Codicus? I used to work with Lord Codicus, but now that I'm considering retirement, I've started spending most of my time in the ministry library. I hardly ever see him. Tell me more. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's still recovering from that awful scandal. He keeps to himself most of the time. Him and his beard. Tell me more. Even at parties, Lord Codicus is off doing his own thing, and I'm left to my own devices. I'm just a wallflower, really. Kaz, what do you think? She keeps backpedaling. press her when she lies, and then present our evidence to counter her argument. Minister Estelle, can you repeat that? I used to work with Lord Codicus. Now I'm considering retirement. I've started spending more of my time in the ministry library. I don't remember which was specifically a lie. Tell me more. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's recovering from that awful scandal. He keeps to himself most of the time. Tell me more. Even at parties, Codicus is off doing his own thing, and I'm left to my own devices. I'm just a wallflower, really. What do you think? She keeps backpedaling. Okay. Can you repeat that? Tell me more. You attended his garden party not long ago. Oh, yes, I'd nearly forgotten that. There was a large crowd there. I only saw the legate minister from across the roses. I've heard there was only a handful of people there. Even at parties, Lord Cardicus is off doing his own thing. I'm left to my own devices. Casimir, what do you think? Keeps backpedaling. God damn it. Stop. Tell me more. Attended his garden party. Heard only a handful. Shy, huh? Oh, yes, I barely spoke with anyone during that entire party. Beautiful garden, though. A witness said you had an aside with Codicus. He talked. You nodded. Fine, he and I talked, but you'll never learn the topic of that discussion. You can't prove it had anything to do with the Queen. I don't have to prove it. I just have to discredit you.
So perhaps I misspoke. Apologies. I shall revise my statement.
Did you hear what the Queen discussed with Scarlet? No, they spoke too quietly, like schoolgirl friends, whispering so no one else would hear. Tell me more. I must have been lost in my own thoughts when the Queen and Scarlet conspired, obviously. Tell me more. I heard the word watch nights. Tell me more. Isn't it bad enough? You know how many people died because the Queen gave Scarlet access?
Care for an hors d'oeuvre?
Would you repeat that? They spoke too quietly. That's a lie. You heard everything. I heard hushed words, but I couldn't make out any of them. The Queen seemed pleased, though. Minister Arden heard everything.
I can take that.
His ears must be better than yours. I must have been lost in my own thoughts when the Queen and Scarlet conspired deviously. I heard the Queen was escorted out for her own safety. You weren't there. You can't possibly know how they behaved unless you questioned the goat. I spoke with Arden. His version agrees with the Countess's. And the goat's. Yes, well, one person's politeness isn't another's friendliness. That means
Aren't
nothing.
you the nosy one? If you must know, I'll tell you what really happened. What?
Doesn't matter what happened in the throne room. The Queen arranged to meet Scarlet later that evening. She didn't want any of us to hear them, so she sneaked out. You're sticking by the claim that they arranged this in the throne room. Absolutely, their foreheads were practically touching. They were so chummy they agreed to something, and that nothing else could be it. Tell me more. So it was brief. A look, a smile. Maybe they already arranged to meet. I don't know. Tell me more. I'm not the only one who saw her. There was another witness who came forward, a noblewoman. Tell me more. Why are you working so hard to protect Queen Jenna? She sold us all out. Casimir, what do you think? You've been whispering this whole time. I don't have it. It's rude. Seriously, all right. If you would please repeat your statement for me. Absolutely, their foreheads were practically touching. You're crazy. A niece would never let Scarlet that close to the Queen. Oh, yes, she was in on it, too. All smiles and pet this and pet that. Minister Arden describes a very different encounter. So it was brief. A look, a smile. Impossible. What time did you see them?
Oh, the audacity. Where are your manners?
Guards, please escort these scandal mongers to the gates.
Oh no. This
What?
isn't
Oh my God.
supposed to happen.
I have to go through this again? Disprove the minister's final statement. Sometimes.
Care for an hors d'oeuvre?
Prepare for an hors d'oeuvre. Can I get you an hors d'oeuvre? You're sticking by the claim they arranged this in the throne room. Tell me
I
more.
can take that. Thank
Tell me
you.
more. Tell me more. Can you repeat that? Your crazy niece would never let Scarlet act close to the Queen. Yes, she was in on all this. Minister Arden describes a very different atmosphere. Tell me more. Not the only one who saw her. There was another witness. Tell me more. Why are you working so hard? You told your accomplice to say it was a black cape. No, it was a red cape, I think. Have you forgotten? You're trying to confuse me. It was a red cape, I'm sure of it. Dark red. If you and your old friend can't agree on the color of the Queen's cape. Wait, I remember now. The Queen was in a black cape. Yes, Countess Anise was in a red one. You're saying Countess Anise was there too. What? Clearly we need to discuss this further.
This way.
Oh, God.
I think we're done here.
Once again, they're just they're trying to create something different from Kill 10 Rats, and I appreciate that, and I think that's a good thing, but, you know, you kind of have to make it work. We have to eliminate any doubt at all if there's even a small chance that Estelle's telling the truth. She's not, but we need to hear Anise say she wasn't under that bridge. I'm sure I'd have sensed if there's some kind of Mesmer cover-up, don't you think? Doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. All right, we need Dr. Anise.
I can take that. Thank you.
Anise.
Stop. Don't approach her. It's an illusion. I am
I'm
elsewhere.
very sorry to hear our
Find
plans
me,
weren't up to
and
your
we shall
high
talk.
standards. We imported them direct this morning.
Elsewhere. Find me. Okay. She's hiding somewhere. Because she's Anise. Of course she is. There she is.
My apologies for the deception, but I must go to unconventional lengths to protect Crichton.
Countess, Minister Estelle is claiming that you were there at the secret meeting. She's implicating you.
Nonsense. I was at no such meeting. I did, however, receive a mysterious message signed only with the initial E. The note said that Estelle was in a bandit gambling parlor when she was supposedly spying on our queen.
E.
Reminding her of this will be enough to make her drop her lie. Faster than Farron's dignity.
Wait, Farron ever had dignity?
While, Countess, but
I press F to doubt.
Mr. Rich, if you can hear me through your illusion.
You again? I hope you're not planning another interrogation. This is a party, if you haven't noticed.
Actually, Minister, it's several people's words against you. What are you talking about? Has someone said they'll testify against me? We have witnesses who will support Countess Anise's story. Traitors to the ministry. Traitors! They'll find themselves in the streets soon. I doubt it. The Queen has positions for those who are honest and honorable. There are those of us who see through the ministry's lies, and our numbers are growing. Jory would approve, Cass. Hey, goodbye.
I'll have you know I'm very well connected, and
Your connections can't help with this. We know what you've been up to.
What do you mean?
We know you couldn't have witnessed this supposed meeting with Scarlet. We hear you were busy meeting with some lobbyist that day.
Lobbyist? What are you talking about?
So much for subtlety. You were busy gambling with some ruffians.
Keep your voice down. That's a baseless accusation.
No, it has a
Is
base.
that so, Minister Estelle? Perhaps you and I should speak privately and sort this little mess out. Please follow my guards. I'll be with you shortly.
Shining blades. Shing, shing.
Countess Anise, thank you for inviting us to your party. It's been an entertaining and productive evening.
No one is
But
more
not a
delighted by your
reproductive
presence
evening,
than
because there's
I.
no char
With
around,
all
so I'm not
that
getting lucky.
socializing and skullduggery,
Care
you
for an
must be
hors d'oeuvre?
craving the longest of naps. Now that this messy affair is out of the way, I feel fairly certain Queen Jenna will attend your summit.
Yay.
I think Minister Estelle will soon see the value in cooperating with me.
I can take that.
Rather than
Thank
rotting in
you.
prison for treason. I may have use for her. On a separate note, I do hope you will stay and join the Queen's entourage, Casimir.
You mean travel with the Queen to the summit? I'd be honored.
Yes, I think that's the right play. You will, of course, have time to relay the full details of your father's story at that time.
Oh, I don't think the Queen would be interested in...
Nonsense. Now go. Say pretty things to my guests and enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening.
Victory is ours. Sort of. You must visit more often. The party wouldn't have been nearly as much fun without you. The Queen sends her gratitude as well. You can now attend your summit. She'll be there. I'll be there as well, incognito. That's wonderful news. I appreciate your support, Countess. If you have no objections, I believe I'll keep dear Casimir with me for a while. We have so much to talk about, don't we, pet? One last question. If you knew Estelle was guilty, why not just out her? Put simply, I'm too close to the Queen for my claims to be believable without support. I'd lose much of our dear Jenna. We're incarcerated and the ministers know it. And that's where you came in. I understand. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Goodbye for now. Doodly-doo-be-doo-doo. And scene.
I can take that. Thank you.
Cannot use that object yet.
Ah, there you are, Countess. I trust I played my part in your charade this evening.
There, Blossom. You did very well as the sour green thumb at my affair. I'm sure everyone was far too intimidated by your glowering menace to notice it was an illusion standing beside you the whole time.
Yes, I thought you seemed rather vapid.
Nice use of the word vapid there. Okay, we're done. Pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me. Bonk. Check your mail for Waypoint news. And the daily gathering yield. Every time I start to read this, it pops up right in front of it. Hi, I have good news and bad news. I'd ask which you want first, but, you know, it's mail. So I choose the good news first. As you may have noticed, my WRD Waypoint recalibration device works like a champion. I've been monitoring the Waypoint network, and as the workers repair the waypoints, the vines aren't attacking again. So, did I mention I'm a genius? Countless times, Timey. Now for the bad news. It's Flunt. No surprise there, huh? He insists that I give him a personal demonstration of the WRD works. It's as if he doesn't believe that my device is actually causing the change. I'm afraid he's going to try to weasel out of the coming summit. Can you come be my backup? We may have to beat him up or something. Let me sell some crap. First. And meet Timey at the ley line hub. Hubba hubba. Going down, down, down. As the flames get higher. And it burns, burns, burns. Recalibrating the waypoints. Me and my little sippy mug.
Timey's just ahead. I'd go quickly, though. Those Asuran representatives are getting impatient.
My crewmates in Ratasum have been monitoring the Waypoint network. They say your device is affecting waypoints, not ley lines. Why?
Can't you see? I adjusted the settings in the waypoint so they process the flow of magic at a more stable rate. I'll put it in simple language for you. My device interfaces with the waypoints and captures on-the-spot readings of magic's rate of flow through them. Using a complicated algorithm that I devised, it calculates the exact minimum frequency required to keep the waypoint running. It then adjusts the waypoint settings.
Our readings are inconclusive without more information. You must demonstrate this device. Now.
I see you got my message. Thanks for coming so quickly. I hope you brought some weapons. I have a big sword and a big bow. And a big butt. I cannot lie. We won't be assaulting Flint. Ah, foo. Okay, but he's insisting on a demonstration. I have some miniature waypoints I created for testing, so we can use those. Alright. Maybe give them more juice so the charge is obvious? Change is obvious. I can increase the flow of ley line magic to them to boost their vibrations. They'll be almost as powerful as a real waypoint. Ready when you are.
What are you whispering about over there?
We're formulating a plan to demonstrate how the device works. You'll note that this chamber has a number of waypoint-like props. We'll show you how it works. In miniature. You see, it's so easy, even a simpleton can do it. Take it away, Bram.
Nuh-uh. You're not fooling me again. Hey, boss. Why don't you take this one?
There's an active waypoint. Well, a mini one. Go take control of the recalibration device.
I'm going to take control of the recalibration device. So, I'm going to recalibrate.
Great. Now take aim at the waypoint and fire away till its energy's gone.
Check your readings, crew. Why, it is working. Keep at it. I want to see more.
Okay, next one. Pew! Pew! And, for those of you not paying attention, pew!
Great. They're eating this up. Go get one more.
Pew.
Truly impressive work for someone so young.
Whoa, that quake was not my fault. Not it. Not it.
You're right, Tommy. There's more headed our way.
Armored up. Hey, cover. What are Northern doing here?
Keep coming. You think your new toy got him riled up? Come on. Big thing incoming, and it looks like it means business.
It's adorable!
It's absorbing the ley line energy. Quick, we need to make sure it can't get any more. Use my recalibration device. It'll be just like before, only with lots of evil plants.
Come on.
Oh, it's angry now. Watch out. It's about to attack. Armored up. I make a pretty good team. Stand and save yourself.
It's invulnerable again. It's still invulnerable.
Scruffy's readings say that it's hiding under a tendril. Look for one that isn't attacking back.
I think I found it. Yeah, this tendril's not attacking back.
Oh, it's hiding under, so we have to make shooties, right? No, no. No, we don't. We have to kill it. And he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back.
The Mortar is back to steal more ley line energy. Better get on the recalibration device. All right, I'll let you handle it. The more energy it gets, the more powerful it'll be when it starts attacking.
How about you give us a little more control over this, like a faster cooldown maybe? That would be nice. Which one? Over there. Is there another one? I can't see anything. Nope. There is another one. God damn it. Thanks for the nice indications. That's awesome. Next one. Check in with the Asuran representatives. Flint?
How may I assist you?
I'm not trying to talk to you. How about Flint? Is it safe to emerge? You're sure? Absolutely sure? There aren't any more coming? I'm sure. The big one was the last one. Yes, well, the big one, as you so quaintly put it, may have friends. There won't be more. We successfully recalibrated all the waypoints. So as you can see, Counselor Flint, my device will save the entire waypoint network. You can thank me now and later. Was this demonstration to your satisfaction? Flint?
The waypoints are protected. Wonderful.
So, will you agree to come to the Grove?
You said you would.
Not so fast, my muscular friend. In light of this new development, I have decided to add further stipulations to
Pray
the
I do not alter it further.
You!
Silence, Timey. As a ward of the College of Synergetics of Ratasum, you are required to hand over all inventions for study and documentation. I hereby claim proprietorship over this waypoint recalibration device. I will hold it in trust for you until your graduation.
No! I made this on my own time, outside of Ratasum.
Irrelevant. Hand it over like a good progeny, and we will see you at the summit.
No, I won't let you take it.
Timmy, no!
You wouldn't dare disobey your superiors, would you? Just hand it over.
Kid, come on. Calm down and think.
Told you! It's mine!
Ah! Crew! After that delinquent!
Timmy! And there she goes. I swear, that kid is gonna be the death of me.
We should be
My
so
bet
lucky.
is she's headed deeper into the desert. And that means she's either in trouble now or will be very soon.
Oh god, is this the one where she gets followed by the inquest? I think it is. And that will be a fraud call. So I'm going to mute so you don't have to listen to the message. A moment. I'm back.
You can never
So,
have
those.
too much treasure.
Those back away. We exit. Track Timey's course outside the ley line hub. Hubba hubba. What's the hubba, bub? That's an old guy reference. Warner Brothers cartoon. A little fella named Bunny. Continue to search for Timey. Oh, perfect. Sandstorm time, too. Lucky me. The legendary sand giant no one is currently engaging with, so I certainly won't be the first. Probably down below, not up here. Doing my own sound effects. Did she come up here? Doesn't look like it. Back the other way. Where are we headed now? Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Oh, we've got a waypoint. Trying to get the waypoint. Always get your waypoints, boys and girls. Search the heights of Dry Top. Well, I have got flying. The heights. Presumably. This is sort of them. I remember the fight going on maybe over there. Up above on a bluff. Not absolutely enthused about doing all this in the freaking sandstorm.
You can never have too much treasure.
But as my friend says, you can never have too much treasure. And Timey and the Asura. When I finish this up, we'll do our first ever react video.
No! Get away from me!
This will be the first, but not the last time that she's ever been petrified, because her own stupid choices have put her life in danger. And yet she'll never learn from them, ever. She's like Bram that way. Evidently unable to see the link between cause and effect.
Hang on, Timey. We're coming.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Little ones, I gotta go first. Sorry.
Save yourself.
Ow. Damn it. Misclicked again. Fat-fingered. So-called because I have fat fingers.
Save yourself.
Alright, Timey. And Flunt and the boys should be coming any minute now.
Timey, you okay, kid?
Ram, they were all around me. I thought...
Hey now. You're okay. You're fine. They're all gone. We've got your back. You're safe now.
What are they doing here?
What do you think? The exact same thing they were doing 3 minutes ago when you ran away with your invention. It's too soon. I need more time. They want my device. They can wait. I'll give it up later. Remember, Timey, this is for the greater good. Explain to me how rewarding evil, not to mention theft from promising students, is for the greater good. They're stealing my genius. You kind of stole it from Scarlet. Shut up and give. You're sacrificing to get them to the summit. Why do I have to be the one to sacrifice something, especially something this important? Okay, if you really don't want to give it up. No, it's okay. I understand. It just makes me so mad. It's just they don't deserve it. It's my work, but the summit is important. Thanks, Timey.
All right. I'll do anything if it helps us get rid of Mordramoth.
That's a good decision, Progeny. You're lucky to be alive.
He's right.
That's a good decision, Progeny. You're lucky to be alive.
And now you're right, although you're being sarcastic.
Fine, take it. If you break it, you pay for it.
You break it, you bought it is the phrase she's looking for. Graham?
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you were here. Kid's stubborn, but, well, I can relate. Yeah, you're an idiot kid, too. Me too. You got this? I need to get to the Grove to prepare for the summit. I'll take Timmy to the Grove once she's calmed down. Losing her invention and getting cornered by the Inquest really scared her. Seeing all those leaders in one place should cheer her up, though. It's going to be quite the event. See you there. Doopy-dee-doopy-doop-doop.
That looks valuable.
Let's move all of this, I believe, Maudry-related crap down here, actually. I will now sift through a pile of silky sand. And we found a pile of coarse sand in the pile of silky sand. I don't know about you, but silky sand sounds more valuable than coarse sand to me. Because it's silky. That seems like the sort of thing you would want. Seems like the sort of thing I would want, anyway.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Travel to the Grove. We will travel to the Grove. We have to exit first. Why are they do this to us? And then I'm going to do my first ever React video. I've actually seen the video once. And it's the video on the Grove. On Homesteads in Guild Wars 2. And my reaction after watching it, once I regained consciousness, was, well, I want to watch this again. But I could wait until stream and comment on it. Now, I am historically bloop. I have turned off the stream of the game to stream the screen. Guild Wars 2 Janthir Wilds exclusive Homestead reveal from PC Gamer. If you haven't seen it, buckle up. Now, I am a huge fan of housing in MMORPGs. I understand, of course, that there are a good-sized number of people who don't give a crap about housing at all. Zero. Just like there are a lot of people who have placed no personal value in cosmetics for characters. Zero. I'm not one of either of those. I like my cool cosmetics, and I really like good housing. Now, historically, the best housing systems I've ever seen is the two games had the same system. They're both from the same company, EverQuest 2 and Star Wars Galaxies. Both had great housing. Rift, which is still running, albeit in maintenance mode, has great housing. And WildStar had great housing. Those three, or these two and those two together, had the best housing I've ever seen. So with that background...
I'm Phil from PC Gamer, and this is an exclusive look at Homestead, the new player housing feature arriving in Guild Wars 2's next expansion, Janthir Wilds. ArenaNet calls Homestead the most player-friendly housing.
You'll note, first of all, it's not just the homestead. This looks pretty big, and this is an additional structure. I'm not sure if this is a default structure. My guess is yes.
System in MMOs. Your home will exist
seen the
as
interior,
its own
we've
instance,
seen them
rather than being one
place
of
a
a
bunch of
limited
stuff
number of plots in a larger
on the
district.
walls, on the
so
floors.
unlike a game like Final Fantasy XIV, you won't get the same neighborhood feel, but the benefits should be pretty obvious.
But as an example,
district. So unlike a game like Final Fantasy XIV, you won't
for
get
instance,
the same.
We're talking big. First of all, we've got this, which is the leaping lion from the original Lion's Arch. And if you look over there, we've got houses, multiples of them, and they'll show those a little bit later. So the area for housing is honking
neighborhood
big.
Feel, but the benefits should be pretty obvious. So unlike you won't get the same neighborhood feel.
It's honking big, okay? It is huge.
but the benefits should be pretty obvious.
So I think the sort of moving part implies that this is an already existent structure.
Don't have to enter a lottery to claim your land, and there's no chance of getting evicted if you don't regularly log into the game. Instead, you just get access to your homestead naturally during the campaign.
It'll be part of the mastery system
about the story of the new expansion, but your new home is related to its new faction, the Lowland Kodan. The aesthetic reflects their cozy cabin vibe. So obviously the main draw with a player housing system is decoration, the ability to customize your space. But there are a couple of neat features built into
Fair
the
number
homestead.
of them.
First off, they act as a sort of showroom for your in-game collection of skins and cosmetics. For this playtest, ArenaNet provided me with a preview account full of characters, all of them named after members of the PC Gamer team. Here they are now, just hanging.
Your alts will be able to hang out in the place. So it won't just be you, and it won't just be an empty house when you're there. You can have your other characters. In this case, obviously, they have them dancing.
Hanging out. In fact, any alts that you leave in the homestead will appear when you visit with another character. Up to 30 can sit around.
30 characters. I happen to have 36 characters. I can't even have all of my characters. This is a catastrophe. I can only have 30 of my 37 characters in the house at once. ArenaNet, that's just not good enough. That was sarcasm.
Round at a time. There's even a little cave over here with a bunch more of them. Your mounts are here too. You can find them
Yep. Your mounts. Don't know how many. And I'm not sure which ones I want out. The flaming Balthazar Warclaw mount might not get along with some of them.
Resting over by the stables, meaning you at last have a way to enjoy the fancy jackal skin that you got. Because let's be honest, how often are you actually using it in the game? And
I use the jackal skin more often than I use the raptor skin, actually. I find it is pretty much just as fast for getting around. Obviously, it doesn't have the leap, but it can teleport much faster, and also is definitely the fastest mount going uphill, going up a slope.
As you compare the mounts, it's pretty cute.
It also turns
if you hop
on
on
a
a mount, it leaves you stable, even if an alt was sitting on it. And if we head over here behind the lumber mill and over to the pier, here's your skiff. It's a small...
Now, I don't consider skiffs to have been a particularly successful addition to the game. Their mastery, not very important. Their role, not very big. Basically, it's fishing only. And I don't consider fishing to have been a particularly successful mastery. But if you've got skins, the ability to find another use for them by sticking them over here, that's certainly a plus as well.
But having a home for your mounts and vehicles is a nice shorthand for cementing this as your own personal space.
Yep.
Okay, the fun little aesthetic touches are all well and good, but one of my first questions when ArenaNet was explaining the homestead system was about resource nodes. You see, Guild Wars 2 characters already have a little personal space for themselves. It's based in their starter city.
It's
called a home instance. There's probably a bunch of players that have
I'm not
totally
sure
forgotten
exactly
these
what
even
role
exist.
it was really
But for some of us,
supposed to play.
it's a daily ritual to visit and gather materials.
And I do
from
that
any resource
every
nodes
day.
we've
I
unlocked or
log in
purchased.
and I
All of
gather
those resources
I have like a
are
half a
now
dozen
also
nodes.
available in your homestead, as are any of the cats you've discovered around the world and persuaded to move in with you.
Note, there are cats out in the open world that there are quests and achievements for, and when you get one of them, they wander around in your home instance. Now they will wander around in your homestead. The number of people who are going to go through the effort to get all the cats is going to skyrocket, because a lot of players never go to their home instance. And I never do, except the once a day to gather the stuff.
All of it just carries over. There's also a neat little new option that should make the gathering ritual a little less onerous. If we head over to this box, there's just an auto-collect button, and it instantly can...
One click collecting instead of going from node to node to node. This will also, first of all, it'll be faster and easier, obviously, but it'll also allow you to place the nodes around rather than having to drop them all in one big patch. So for convenience sake, if you go click, 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 now you'll just be able to use this.
Completes any node attached to that building. This function won't be available when Janthea Wilds launches. ArenaNet plans to add it during one of the quarterly updates following the expansion's release. But even in the short term, the resource nodes here are much more efficient than in some of the home instances, by which I mean the Grove. Over in this building, you will find the crafting bench that lets
I don't think I've ever been to the Grove outside of character creation and the level 10 storyline. The first chapter of the personal story for Sylvari characters. I don't think I've ever been back because the Grove is the worst location. The Sylvari starting zone is the worst starting zone. So I have to agree with him. Apparently the Grove one is awful.
You create new decorations to customize the crafting. Instead. It's a completely separate system from the scribing profession used to decorate guild halls, but the benefit of that is it's going to be a lot cheaper to craft items.
Done through the mastery
You will need to convert
system.
some of your materials into a new Homestead crafting resource, and then combine it with some other resources to add that decoration to your library.
Also, this will be a good sync for low-end crafting materials.
So there are a bunch of placeholder icons and text throughout the build. Don't worry if you see a little digging sign. Homestead crafting won't be tied to crafting XP at all. Instead, you'll unlock more advanced levels through the mastery system by earning experience.
Which is a good choice. Basically, the
over
housing,
300
the
decorative items will be available when
is a
Janthea
separate
Wilds launches.
mastery system.
With ArenaNet saying more will be added through festivals and quarterly updates to follow. In total, there should be around 800 decorations that will be craftable by the end of the expansion's update cycle. The majority of these will be earned in game.
He's scaling that. So you can place them anywhere, you can rotate them, you can actually place them below the ground so that only part of them is sticking up, and you can rotate them, and
although yes, some will be
you can
exclusive
scale
to the Black Lion Gem Store.
See,
ArenaNet
up and
stressed
down,
to me any
left,
decorations
right,
bought either with real
and they
money
can be
or
scaled.
by converting your in-game gold into gems will give you multiple copies of that item to place automatically, and also a recipe so you can craft as many of that item as you want in the future. If you've tried decorating a guild hall in the game, you'll know it's currently pretty basic. You grab a decoration, place it on the map.
That's the way it works in guild
spin
halls.
it around a bit.
Place it, rotate
really,
it.
That's it. For Homesteads, the entire decoration system has had a pretty major overhaul.
Also, this will be
Playtest
added.
Dropped me into a homestead that one of the developers
Retrofitted
started today.
Into the guild halls as well. But these houses are not individual things. This is them building the houses out of parts. The roofs that you see here, each half of them, is one of the things that are available. Hey, Fat Body. Good evening. These are usable and, at least theoretically, intended for use for making beetle racing layouts. But in this case, because you can size them and rotate and all that, rotate in all three axes, move them in all three axes, and scale them, that allows you to use these and all these other bits and pieces they have assembled. Like I said, these houses look like they're made up from, I don't know, 8 or 10 different pieces.
Decorate rather than a static prop. These houses over here are built from various floor tiles that have been repurposed as walls and roofing. The same with this lighthouse, which has been created from lots of individual pieces all fitted.
They're clicking on or mousing over in like a construction mode, mousing over the different parts that they have used to build this tower. The tower isn't a thing. It's a collection of things. And that's what was done to incredible effect in Star Wars Galaxies and EverQuest 2. The things people did by repurposing items, by putting them sticking out at strange angles or only being partially inside the floor, allowed you to do stuff like this by repurposing the parts.
Together. Now when you go to place a piece and realize, oh god, that's way too big, you've got some options to turn it into what you want. There's multiple skills on the menu that let you change the position, the rotation, the scale of the item. Decorations.
That's it, right there. That's the sort of holy grail.
There's multiple skills on the menu
housing.
That let you change the position,
position,
rotation, the scale
rotation,
of the item.
and scale.
Decorations can even be moved into the ground or into the air or into each other. So with a little work and creativity, you can make it fit your needs. It's a pretty robust set of tools. You can even realign the pop-up arrows to be pointed at the map's global X and Y axis, or locally based on the way the decoration is facing. And you can copy the scale and rotation of your last placed item, so you can more easily reuse tiles when you
those
need
are
to
some
put a lot of them
amazing.
together for a
See those
desired
eyes?
effect. Even once
That's
they're
a
placed,
globe
you
that
can
he's
switch over
moving
to the
around
navigation
to
menu
make the
and adjust
eyes for
any
the
existing item,
the critter.
giving you some power to fine-tune things after the fact. There's even a new X-ray vision mode, so that you don't lose items.
Always a needed tool. It's easy to lose stuff. You'll note here we have a half-buried Joko statue.
New X-ray vision mode,
but we don't.
So that you
we
don't
have a
lose
fully
items
buried
into the floor. You just pop
Joko
it on,
statue.
You can see a glowing item, even if it's through something else, and it lets you remove it more easily. Also, if you just need a different perspective while you're creating, just turn into a bee and fly around. I'm not the type of person who's going to go deep in creating some grand elaborate build, but even so, I had a lot of fun just messing around with the tools. Guild Wars 2's world map has expanded a lot over the last decade, so there's already a pretty
You can see that it is a enormous space that they're giving us to work
set
with.
Of decorations available. It's multiple regions and aesthetics. And it's kind of fun to experiment with what's there, even if the result is just some garish dragon statue barfing rainbows. There are also a couple of new types of decoration. I really like these armor stands, which let you create a statue of your character. You just place it down.
Imagine a homestead filled with me. So many me.
Interact with it, and it will copy what you're currently wearing, and then you can set it to one of a number of fun poses. It feels like a fitting way to honour the true endgame of Guild Wars 2 fashion. There's a matching weapons.
Now imagine the number of options that will be coming to the store. This is one of the reasons that I haven't understood why more games don't have housing. You already have the assets in the game. It's an entire... Now, granted, it's not for everyone, but for the people who enjoy it, and I'm one of them, it is an enormous monetization opportunity. I can see new homesteads, new emote poses being added. Here's, I think, is the weapon
stand too. So if you want to fill your home with reminders of the many hours you spent crafting legendaries,
and there it is.
You're good.
Twilight.
If you're going to show.
And, you know, maybe they won't have anchors like this that you have to place on the ground. Maybe they'll have them so you can just stick them in the walls, on the walls, as a default. That was a big thing for Star Wars Galaxies. If you stood in one place and dropped an entire armor set, it basically would not quite put it in a T-pose, but it would put the armor set in sort of something like a T-pose. And you didn't have to do anything special like you're doing here.
Go off
Hold
your
on,
collection.
I have a
You'll need to
sneeze
invite
coming.
your friends.
We have a sneeze coming. I can feel it. It's wandering around in my sinuses. Maybe not.
And while they're there, if you trust them, you can let them decorate your homestead too. There's a special permission in the menu that turns on group decorating.
So you can
but it
allow
does mean that
your
they'll
friends
have
to
access
decorate?
the library and can just place and modify things around the map. Overall, I'm impressed with what I've seen. Player housing is one of the bigger features on the community's wish list, and the toolset here should let more artistic players create some really cool, surprising builds. It's certainly a huge
There are going to
improvement
be
over what's currently in
so
the
many
game.
housing
Although,
contests.
If you are a guild decorator looking on in Envy, ArenaNet did say that the new decoration skills and placement options are going to be ported over to guild halls too. Really, for me, it's the smaller touches that I'm most excited about. A hangout for my alts, a stable for my mounts, and the ability to show off the weapons and items that I've spent time creating. I'm probably not going to spend hours painstakingly creating an entire village from the ground up, but I love the idea of having a space that celebrates my in-game achievements, whether that's through decorations that
and there's
recognise some
so
big
many
in-game
opportunities for
accomplishment, or
monetization.
just a massive statue that shows off some cool armor that I spent ages crafting. Guild Wars 2 players will be able to get their own homestead on August 20 when Janthea Wilds releases.
So that is my first ever React content. Bloop. Bloop. We're back. And it's pretty much everything I've seen people hoping for. one exception, I haven't seen them mention anything about minis or ranger pets. But other than that, that's pretty much every single thing I've seen people talking about. There have been a lot of people talking about, yeah, it's got to be as good as WildStar. Can't it just be as good as WildStar? That's pretty much what WildStar had. I mean, WildStar had the plug-in system where you could drop certain pre-made things in, like jumping puzzles. There was a couple of really good jumping puzzles that you basically could plug into your housing. So this doesn't have that, but there's no reason they couldn't add that in later. Say 800 gems for the jumping puzzle from Caledon, the Caledon Forest. The first one, where it's the big spiral around the tree that goes up with the floating rocks. No reason they couldn't literally just cut and paste that function in as something you can, you know, for 800 gems, you can drop this in your housing.
It was all interesting, from the centaurs of the west.
All right, we are going to travel to the Grove.
What was your favorite of all the places you
So
saw?
I'm really, I was pleased with everything I had heard about housing, and well, now I'm stoked. Looks great. Their implementation looks like they've hit so many things. Now, we still don't know if, for instance, you're going to have crafting nodes in the house. I expect not. Because if you have crafting nodes, then there's much less reason for you to ever go to any of the public areas, and they want socialization. If you want to craft, you have to go to a place where there is crafting. And I'm fine with that. You don't want to create one location that's private, that holds all the convenience stuff. You don't want a bank there. You don't want crafting, and so on.
You seem uncomfortable being back home in the Grove, Blossom.
I despise both puns and pet names, Countess. But as long as you hold my billet, I will go where you need me.
Worried your mother might not approve of all your naughty misadventures?
I'm sure she has far larger concerns.
True. You are only one among her thousands of children. Not as dear to her as her firstborn, like our heroic Pack Marshal.
It may be wiser to focus such commentary on someone without a violent criminal history, Countess.
Wagon thinks this is a good time to be in the Grove. Something big is happening.
Maybe Quaggins will see someone famous at this summit.
Hi there, I'm the champion. You know? Hi, Penelope and Blumenu. How you guys doing? Meet with my companions. Where are they at? Countess and niece. Where are they at? Where are they at? Where are my friends at? My quote friends. Where are my quote friends at? Onlookers, onlooker. Oh, there they are. Where the green star is that I couldn't see because everything in this place is green.
We did it. They're all coming.
So they said. I'll believe it when I see it.
Everyone understands how important this is. They'll be here.
Remember your place here. We have an audience with them. It's not a party.
Agreed. We may not be able to speak at all. They're here to talk to one another.
They'll listen to the boss. I know it.
This envy of your older siblings is
Lauren there, Traherne. I had word of this summit from the Mother Tree. You're doing a good thing. Those of us who remember the encounter with Zaitan know how merciless the Elder Dragons can be. I applaud your effort. Your presence is appreciated. I'm only here to give you the moral support and to answer any questions about the Pact's current plans. You're the one who must make the world leaders see that this is a matter of importance. What's happening with the Pact? We've regrouped and gained some of our strength after Zaitan. We had been planning to go after Kralkatorrik, but then we all heard about the dragon. We all heard the dragons bellow. Are you ready to take on Mordermoth? Not yet, but we will be soon. We're setting up a forward camp from which to begin the assault. I will call on you at some point in the future. We'll need your special skills. I've been away. I had noticed. While I would prefer you at my side, oh my god, Gee, Batman, thanks. I also know that you have been instrumental in saving many lives. You have your own path, my friend. Who am I to say it's less important than mine? You're a Traherne, Mr. Dreamy. It's the kind of thing you do. It's been one thing after another, I must admit. I suspect you have many stories to tell, and we'll talk more soon. But for now, I believe you have a world to unite. I'm confident the attendees will listen to you. Good luck. Thanks, Mr. Dreamy.
I was trying to free those refugees from the Consortium's exploitation. I went about it poorly, criminally, and I answered for my crimes.
Your intentions in that affair, whether noble or not, aren't what concern me. It's your failure to evade capture.
I beg your pardon.
Noble intentions don't interest me. What I need is a sharp instrument. A knife that can be employed before anyone realizes it's struck.
Show me where to cut, Countess, and I will be your blade.
Shh, shh, shh. Quiet.
Quiet. Everyone, behave. All right? I want you all to behave. Nothing. Queen Jenna.
Announcing Her Royal Majesty, Queen Jenna of Divinity's Reach.
Oh, did they catch you by surprise? You're not wearing any shoes, Queen Jenna. Very casual. It's Canut.
Hey, you made it.
Canut Whitebear.
You look beautiful.
Representing the Great Lodge of Holbreck, Newt Whitebear.
I missed you.
It's Canut. Otherwise, why would you have the K there?
And
You can know what I mean?
Thanks, Newt.
Ah, Minister
On
Flunt.
behalf of Ratassoon's
Counselor.
Arcane Council, Councillor Flunt.
Wah, wah, wah. If memory serves, this ends with a big fight.
He trips on his robes.
Smoder the Unflinching.
And finally, Smoder the Unflinching.
When he comes by, I want to go,
Imposter
boo!
of the
And see if he
Black
jumps.
Citadel.
Just a test. Just a prank, bro.
For the legions!
And Warden Ranger. I'm assuming he wants to talk to me because he's got a big green star. Kaith. Kaith. Boo.
Pardon me.
Boo.
The world leaders are assembled and awaiting your presence. You may proceed to the Omphalos chamber.
Thank you, Warden Ranger.
That's our cue. Best behavior, everyone.
I can't wait to see Flunt's stupid face when he realizes we're right.
Pardon, I'm sorry to interject myself, but I'm afraid your golem won't be allowed to ascend to the Omphalos chamber.
What? Oh.
This is for grown-ups anyway, Timing. You need to wait for us down here.
You're kidding, right?
Somebody needs to stay down here and guard our backs. We'll be vulnerable up there. I'll tell you all about it later. Promise.
You'd better remember every little
Bram's
detail,
not much
Bram.
older than she
All right.
is.
Scruffy and I will guard the way out.
And he certainly isn't any more emotionally stable or mature. Alright. As always, the uninterruptible cinematic as you float up to the Omphalos chamber. Second floor, lingerie, power tools, pet supplies.
Esteemed leaders, welcome to the Grove. Your attendance at this critical summit is appreciated. We are here at the behest of the honored group you see before you.
Hi there.
I'm told you're
How you
all
doing?
familiar with one another, so I won't make introductions. I will, however, let their spokesperson give us a summary. So, without further ado, please begin.
So, this one time in band camp. Greetings, I'm Carax's Scriptbane. Thank you for coming. It says much about your leadership that you did. We've all been hearing about Mordremoth's awakening and the damage the Elder Dragon has already wrought. In the time that this dragon has been awake, It has been sending out vines as far as the Iron Marches. Soon, Tyria will be nothing more than a giant briar patch. These vines are malicious. Take a breath. Continue. Fort Salma has been destroyed. Fort Concordia as well. Their defenses could not keep out an enemy that rises from beneath, shaking the very foundation of their walls and towers. We can't know where it will attack until it does. No one is safe. Our families, our people, our trade routes, most recently our waypoints were threatened. They may be again someday. This is why I stand before you and ask that you, the most powerful leaders of Tyria... Wait, no script? Link arms and armies and work together to keep one and all safe and secure. It's up to us. There's no one else. We must unite. We're all Tyrians. Thank you for listening. This has been my TED Talk.
Thank you for that information. Esteemed leaders, what are your thoughts?
Mordramoth. Its attacks have been far-reaching but unfocused. Meanwhile, Ascalonian ghosts continue to harass us.
If the Ascalonian ghosts aren't reason enough, we have an army of Flame Legion constantly nipping at our heels, just waiting for us to leave the Black Citadel unprotected so they can invade. And when Mordramoth has destroyed your citadel, what then? That will happen over my dead body. How can you even suggest such a thing? It already destroyed 2 forts. A friend lost her sister in one of those. And you and I lose soldiers every day to the Ghosts and Flame Legion. We must defend our land. You have hope now that the ghosts can be sent to the mists. True, you were instrumental in that. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Sir, I believe that Mordramoth is the greatest threat right now. They're plant creatures. How hard can they be to fight? One good flamethrower, and with all due respect, those 2 forts were defended by Vigil and Seraph. They were unprepared, taken by surprise. In the future, everyone will be more alert and ready. I saw with my own 2 eyes how these places were torn asunder. I heard it was bad. Okay, I respect you, and that alone is the reason I'm agreeing to explore this. I make no commitment, but I'll participate in the discussions. Thank you, Imperator. He flinched!
Holbrecht has its hands full with Jormag and the Sons of Svanir. You want us to leave our homesteads to their mercy and go after Mordramoth?
I remember the day Jormag awoke and began spewing cold hatred upon my people. I've lost friends, family, and every single day it's a struggle to keep from losing more. Mordramoth doesn't care that you're too busy to fight back. It's coming. Mordramoth is not yet as close as the Sons of Svanir. They press in around our homesteads. That is more important. You wait until Mordramoth attacks to react. It'll be too late. I do not command an army. My people make up their own minds and follow their own legends. Then make them aware. Join the discussion and relay what you hear. That is something I can do. The hunters choose their own prey, but I can make sure they know what's coming. I know many who would leap at a chance to fight a dragon. That's all I ask. Thanks, Canute.
I have Wolfborn and hunters who are eager to face the prey of a lifetime. They'll come.
Why isn't the Pact handling this? Are they mired in ore?
Aren't you being a bit alarmist? What does Traherne have to say? I want to know that he and the Pact are doing about all this. It's their job, after all. You've seen for yourself that what the Mordrum can do, Counselor. And if I may interrupt, this Pact commander has far more knowledge about Mordramoth than I do. I'm here to learn, to listen, and to consider. As you all should. The Pact is not all-powerful. I'm sure the Pact will do what they can, but it won't be enough. Won't be enough? Why not? You took down Zaitan. What's so different about this one? Just do it again. We lost many in that fight. The Order's numbers are reduced. Well, that's your responsibility. Many of those lost were Asura. All the more reason not to cut yourselves off from the rest of us. We have ample protection. Are you saying we should put ourselves on the line to protect all of you? We're safe in Ratasum. Are you? Like you were safe underground. Point well made. Though it galls me to admit it, if we hadn't come to the surface, Primordus and its destroyers would have annihilated my people. Then you can see the wisdom of joining forces with others who also want safety. For now, we will continue to study the situation and participate in discussions with the other races. For now. Thank you, Counselor.
Much as I am loath to admit it, Ratasum has evidence of Mordramoth's insidious invasion. Its tendrils prey on the magic that powers our waypoints and gates.
I don't doubt that Mordramoth is a great threat to Tyria, but the safety of my people must be my foremost priority.
We are brave and strong, but we are few. For so long we have been at war. Centaurs run right up to our doorsteps. Every week I send letters of condolence to families who've lost loved ones. Your situation is no different than any of the others. Perhaps that's true. We all have a responsibility to protect our people and see them prosper, but I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't see how this will work. What are you asking of us? All I'm asking is that you talk to one another. Talk. How will that help? I can barely get a ceasefire with the Char, and you want us to coordinate our efforts against the dragons? This is a chance to solidify relations with the Char over a common enemy. You make a good point. Still, I cannot promise today that we will march into battle with you. If you'll join the discussion, you'll find the best way to contribute. I do have strategists and researchers that aren't needed to fight the centaurs. I can form them into a team and ask them the best way to proceed against Mordramoth. The entire world is in grave danger. We all have a role to play. That's why this is a MMO role-playing game. Because we all have a role to play in this game that is massively and multiplayer and online. Yes, I believe I see. You've opened my eyes to the breadth and depth of this threat. It's not another kingdom that's in danger. It's all our kingdoms, all our peoples. Magic is the lifeblood of Tyria. Without it, I hate to think. I kind of hate to think anyway. I'm a Char. Mostly we like to act. I will explore how my people can support the effort. You have my word. And I don't have all the answers, but we'll find them if we work together.
I will dedicate a special force to dealing with this new threat. If there is no Tyria, there is no Divinity's Reach.
Wow, that's some deep thinking, Your Highness.
For Tyria. It seems we...
Let's go! Weapons out! We're under attack!
The enemy is here. Defend yourselves.
Hey guys, we've got uninvited company.
I have to save the world leaders.
Golem and hold the line. Send the leaders down once it's safe.
You can't! They tore up the lift as soon as they got here! You're trapped up there!
No, we're not. Cass, start preparing a portal. Already on it.
Okay, let's clear out the Mordrum and
Save the world leaders from the Mordrum.
Come on.
Would have been nice if they hadn't all been invulnerable for some length of time first.
It's been ages.
I hate it when they do that.
Place clear. Heading down with White Bear. Tear those Mordrum apart.
The way is clear, sir.
Incoming! I'm too important to die. Thank you, Flint.
Arcane Eye, to me! We leave now!
My shield will protect me. Assist the gods. Go! Wait, I'll accompany you down.
That's all of them. Go on through. I'll keep the portal open as long as I can.
Wait. Before you go, I must speak with you alone.
Is this the big reveal? Come closer. Yes, I can sense you clearly now. I am weakened. Are you okay? What happened to you? I can't take much more. That assault was fierce. The Mordrum tore at my roots and battered my branches. And to be warned, there is another. Another Mordrum? Yes, one of the most dangerous. It comes directly from Mordramoth. It draws near. If I die... You'll not die today. Where is it? Tell me. Shh. Listen. You'll hear it approach. I will stand in its way. This is the big honker. One of those rather annoying fights, if memory serves. If you ever played the Sylvari tutorial area,
where'd your portal go?
You'll recognize that.
I don't know. It was holding strong. Then all of a sudden it was cut off.
It's attacking the chamber!
Hang on! We'll do what we can from down here. Just hang on.
Holy crap.
Strong. I can't see anything.
Yep, that's it.
Reinforcements requested.
Yep, I'm about to get downed and then killed. Fights like this are just so genuinely badly fucking designed. I'm going to have to switch to ranged attacks because every time I try to do anything...
Look out! It's getting ready to stop the tree!
I hate this kind of content. Is the dragon actually whackable? I don't think so. I can't move fast enough. Huge parts of the floor are impassable. The whole thing is an entire clusterfuck of screw you, the players.
Save yourself your ground.
I think I did all that it could be done. Is just absolutely abusive to the players. Floor denial, CC, everything that you might find fun and enjoyable about your character, yeah, you don't need that.
Repression.
Unavoidable damage. Yeah, 50%. Every 25%. It's just so dumb. If you can time it right, you can evade it.
Reporting for duty.
Getting one shot by a ranged attack from a tendril. Is that all of them? Yes, it is. Why is it back up to 60% and now 100%? I have no idea. Did I do something wrong? Don't know. Didn't say. No clue. As I said... nope, that wasn't fast enough. I was willing to cut them slack with the Living Worlds Season 1 because it was a new paradigm for them to deliver content. And so the problems with it that were obvious were forgivable. This isn't. It's just awful, hostile, player hostile design. And I consider it utterly unforgivable. And this is what I see. Time and time again, most of the content, story content, is fine. I'm about to get downed again and then killed again. Oh. And then every once in a while they put in stuff that's just grossly unfun, unfair to the players. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Story content cannot be frustrating and very, very difficult. Now, I'm a much better player than I used to be, and I still I hate this kind of content. It's not fun or interesting. All it is frustrating. Can I finish it off from the down state? That would be hilarious. Probably not. Nope. Yeah. And they continue, sadly, to do this to this day. Drop story content that is extremely difficult and frustrating. Not all the time, not most of the time, just occasionally. It's story content. Get over yourselves. Make it fun, interesting, and then offer difficulty versions. You're doing it now in challenge modes and legendary challenge modes. Well, you can do it with content like this too. You really honestly can, you know? It doesn't have to be frustrating like this. You offer rewards based on difficulty.
The threat has been quelled for now.
It's just terrible content. Oh. So frustrating.
Please come closer.
Now is the big reveal? Maybe?
Please. I must share something with you.
Uh-huh. Kind of a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone.
I'm fading.
That's not it. I have no idea what this is supposed to represent. It's cool looking.
It's working! I've re-established the portal flow! Come on down!
Mother, are you all right?
She had to share something with me. That was it?
Quickly. She's hurt and needs mending.
Check on the world leaders. World leader pretend. REM song. Flunt.
My ears. It's good to see you.
What? Flunt? Okay. Who kidnapped Flunt and replaced him with someone who isn't a complete tool? As much as I appreciate your efforts in fending off that monstrosity's attack, I'm anxious to depart this overly fragrant hothouse and relay these developments to my colleagues in Ratasum. Now leave whenever you like, Counselor. That was good. Smoter, I know how you die. We'll head back as soon as we've helped these Silvari. That's thoughtful of you, Imperator. Then what? Then I have a strategy session with my tribunes. They need to know what I learned here today. After that, I'll delegate someone to work with the other races. That's a smart plan. I know. Scared you. You flinched. I saw it when the dragon showed up. You flinched. It would appear that you were right. This attack kills any doubts I had about how dangerous Mordremoth is. Please, if you learn anything else about it, you'll let me know. I'll pass along what information I can, yes. And Knut? Sometimes you feel like a Knut. Sometimes you don't. Wolf would be proud of the beating you gave that dragon. I mean, except for the times I got downed, right? And then killed, right? I can't wait to tell my sons about this. They'll start polishing their weapons. Is that a Norn euphemism? To fight Mordremoth before I even finished telling the tale. You fought well. He ran away. He fought well? Wow. I am preparing now. I find I am eager to return to Fort Trinity to continue our preparations against Mordremoth. This reminded me of Blightgast at Claw Island. What, just because it's the exact same model? With some cosmetic tune-ups? Nah. Poor Lion's Arch, it has more than its fair share of bad luck lately. Far more. There is an intelligence behind this attack that does not fit what I know about Elder Dragons. Agreed, this attack was too well timed. We need more information. Who knew about the summit? Only those present and anyone they told. Too many. Information like that leaks like water through cotton. Not helpful. Someone sent the shadow of the dragon after us. Who would do such a thing? I don't know. But I intend to find out. Someone with a heart full of darkness. I hope they rot. Tell my companions. Where are they hiding?
Oh my gods. That was horrible. I'm still shaking.
Muffin.
Is the pale tree going to be okay?
No one seems to know. The Sylvari I talked to have never seen her like this. That dragon hurt her badly.
That Zephyrite saboteur had a note on him that pointed to an important target. The leader. Do you think he meant the pale tree?
I think he took that answer to the grave. But this dragon minion sure convinced people that this summit wasn't a waste of time after all.
Are you feeling okay, boss? You've got a strange look on your face.
That's just from my normal look. It's my face. You think I have a strange face, Rox? That's kind of rude. What happened up there? The pale tree, before she lost consciousness, she gave me a vision. Vision? What kind of vision? It looked like fire and made no sense with a tree. I don't know. There was a golden light and crystals everywhere. Sure that dragon didn't give you a bump on the head? Positive. The pale tree showed me. Felt like a call to action. Call to action? Like the dragon wasn't convincing enough? What action was she talking about? Afraid I don't know. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, the first thing is to learn all we can about dragons. Just tell us how we can help. Okay, Bram, I want you to go back to back home and stay there. Just that. Yeah. Go back to Kragstead. Make sure your people are okay. And then after that, keep making sure they're okay. Cass and Jory, I want you two to go to the German Priory. Research is right up my alley. We'll go straight there. One of us will mail you when we have enough information to share. Thanks. Timey, you need to continue your own research, but keep it quiet. Yeah, we don't want any more nosy counselors butting in and derailing my work. I'll be discreet, boss. Everyone will think I'm just doing schoolwork. Perfect. Bram and Rox, stay close to Timey in case she needs anything. You got it, boss. But what about you? What are you going to do? I'm going to get really fucking drunk. Decipher that vision. Tyrion's future depends on it. Doopy-doo-doopy-doo-doop.
Playtime is over and you've passed your audition.
That looks
You're
valuable.
to go with them.
Why?
I want you to learn what you can about the Pack's plans. Follow them to their staging area. I need someone there I know who can get the job done. And I believe you may
We
be
can't
that
continue.
someone.
I shall prove you correct.
While we're in
until we meet again.
Mordrum seed pouches. Ew, I'm cutting off their seed pouches. That seems really personal to me. On the other hand, I now have 17 globs of globby goop. Sorry, globby gloop. Not even goop. This stuff is gloop. Globs of globby gloop. Great band name. Magnifying lens. And the globs of globby gloop. We're back out. Now, we can continue this story. Ghosts of Fort Salma. Check your mail for more trouble at Fort Salma. I'm sending a young explorer named Campbell to investigate these strange activities at Fort Salma. I know you were at the battle that claimed the lives of so many Seraph. All my other explorers are tied up with missions or preparing to leave with the Pact. I need someone I can trust to ensure Campbell's safety. Will you return to Fort Salma and meet her there? Your efforts on my behalf are appreciated. I don't remember who Ella McKay is. But evidently, she thinks I owe her. Don't know. Crazy talk. Back to Fort Salma. Wanted to grab that, that's all. We headed the other side. You'll note, this place is still fucked up. And this is the state the world is in even years after. Apparently, they don't feel the need to tidy up after the attack. Ghosts of Fort Salma. Oh, fallen. That's probably not great.
yourself. Kill shot.
Explorer Campbell.
Seraph, what are you doing? Stay away from me!
By the way, the Seraph, or Seraphim, are one of the higher ranks of angels, according to medieval Christian theology.
No, no!
They were like in the middle. There were 9 ranks. The bottom were angels, then archangels, seraphim, cherubim, powers, lots of different names.
Stop! Please, don't kill me!
Stay back, Mordrum.
I'm not a Mordrum.
Belinda?
Belinda Jane Delacroix! Halt!
Margie? What's happening?
Belinda, I'm here.
You're kind of dead,
It's okay.
honey, but it's fine.
You're okay now.
Walk it off.
Good, Margie. You brought my sword.
I promise I'll care for it.
When darkness overwhelms you, I'll rend your enemies before they can harm you. Until the day you die, I'll be with you. My love for you is everlasting. Show me the sword.
Shing. Gosh, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a ghost, baby. So she's gonna carry her dead sister with her everywhere she goes. That's a little bit creepy.
Belinda, her spirit, she fused herself with the sword.
Are you okay?
I think so.
We're here for you. Just say the word.
She thought I was a Mordrum. She was going to kill me.
It's Ken, and he's coming to kill me. That's an old guy movie reference. Fish called Wanda. When Belinda died, my world turned black. Now I don't know what to feel anymore. Belinda fused her soul with the sword. How? Why? I don't know. I'll have to do some research. Maybe this is a special blade. I just can't believe she did that. It'll be okay. Take some time for yourself. Get some rest. No time to rest. Kaz and I were making headway at the Priory. We've got another meeting scheduled with Magister McKay. McKay, I think. Delaying would be a mistake. We have to arm ourselves against Mordermoth. If you're sure, then go back. I need to check in with the Pact. A big, quiet old library is exactly the kind of environment I need right now. It'll take my mind off things. We have to get Mordermoth, my friend. We will, I promise.
I was investigating the ruins when the spirits of fallen Seraph overwhelmed me. I'd be dead now if it weren't for you.
Yep.
Thank you for saving my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading to the Silver Waste
I accept
to do
tips.
some research for Magister McKay. Come find me if you're ever there.
I should have waited for you. The ghosts almost got me. Why did they think I was a Mordrum? I suspect it was their trauma. They died so suddenly they were confused. Poor things. Well, I owe you a debt. After this, I'm headed to the Silver Waste to further my research. If you find yourself in the area, look me up. I'll treat you to a nice meal. I'll remember that. Select a rune bag or a sigil bag. I only have 2 legendary sigils, so I occasionally have to use sigils, so I might get a useful sigil out of that. 2, Commander Carax's Scriptbane from Mr. Dreamy Traherne. We're planning our assault on Mordermoth at Camp Resolve, our new staging area in the Silver Wastes. The time has come for all to stand and deliver, and I would like you to assist with our preparations here. I have a specific mission for you if you're game. The Seraph of Kryta have secured a new route for our staging area through Fort Vandal. evidence suggests the bandits hastily abandoned the location recently. The guards posted there may know more. Please journey safely. The increased mortem activity is making travel especially dangerous. I will exit. Back to the Kessex Hills. Three ghostly bags of loot. Oh, ectos, that's nice. Not going to complain about ectos. Oh, lovely. A major and 2 minor sigils. Those are, what would be a good word to describe it? Worthless.
Now I shall break you.
Or thereabouts. Travel to Vandal's Claim. That's Camp Remedy. Could have sworn we did something in Brisbane Wildlands with this character. No, I teleported to Dry Top when I needed to get to Dry Top. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. We'll cross through the Brisbane Wildlands. The Brisbane Wildlands. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Grab a powder keg and get
Coming through. Beep beep. Pretty quick way of getting across a map, gotta say. Whoop. Ow! Ow! It was going so well!
I could use some help.
We could all use a little help. Oh, that's not gonna help. Oh my goodness! That's some significant amounts of speed. Pretty quick. Seraph Scout. Watch where you step. Something odd is afoot. I don't know if I can take you seriously after that pun. Accidental, I swear. You really ought to watch yourself. Something here caused the Triad to vacate Fort Vandal. Good for us, maybe. Unless what scared them off was worse. What are you thinking? The fort was abandoned so fast the Triad hardly had time to collect their notes. Lines were scattered all over the place. Looked like an awful lot like what happened at Fort Selma in Concordia. You think the Mordremoth has attacked or will attack this fort? Maybe. It started to, but whatever it was interested in is gone now. Either way, step lightly. Seraph are on their way to secure the fort. Thanks. Travel to Fort Resolve. And we'll go through to Camp Resolve. In the Silver Wastes.
If you're unsure of how to be of most use, find a ranking officer in one of our 3 orders, and they'll find you a task. Good luck to each of you. May Tyria prevail in the days ahead.
Funds garnered. The event was successful. I got nothing for it, because I did nothing. I deserved nothing. I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. We've hit a nice break point here as we have just entered the lovely and scenic Silver Wastes. Dry Top and Silver Wastes were the 2 maps that were added in Living World Season 2. So I'm going to play through more of the story, but I will not be playing through the very last part, as it is content that I hate beyond words. done it twice. The second time wasn't as bad, but it was still awful. You heard me complaining. Well, you may not have heard me. I complained loudly and vociferously about a relatively minor bad fight earlier, about half an hour ago, and this one is just much, much worse. It's the same critter, but the mechanics are awful, terrible, horrible. But I'm going to be back tomorrow. I expect I will be enjoying adult leisure beverages tomorrow night, most likely. But I will return at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia. And I'll probably be having a drink or 12. A drink or two. Of course, I couldn't have 12 drinks. Could I? But I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Also, my very first ever React video. I'm so proud. I've finally lowered myself to being a real streamer by doing some React content. Do I get to have Asmongold type follower numbers now? Please? Anyway, the housing video looked great. And I'm really stoked for housing, and it's only almost 2 months out. Well, actually, we can tell exactly how far out it is. No, not that. Thank you. 56 days out. 2 months, more or less. The 9th? The 9th. No, not the 9th. The 20th, I think. I think the 20th? Something like that. Yeah, the 20th, I think, of August. The 9th is July, and there are 2 games releasing I want to play on that day, and that's got me irked. Anyway, I'm back tomorrow. More Guild Wars 2, more Living World Season 2, as we will now have a brand new map to explore and poke around in and all that good stuff. So, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, you will see me soon. Have a great evening tonight. It is Tuesday. Yeah. Tomorrow's hump day, so if you can get through that, it's downhill to the weekend. I'm back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care. And ciao for now.